Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're joining us today in our live lecture from coming to you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Today's date is Oye Market Day. Oye Market Day in the 13th month of the Igbo lunar calendar called Onwa Uzo Alosi. And today's date in the Roman Catholic calendar is February 7th, 2025. Remember, Nkolo Mahadum is an university. We are not here to gossip. We are lecturing you what you need to know. And that is why we always advise you to use your naturally given common sense, which we call akonuche in Igbo language. And since we know that since other nations present information to benefit them, the same way we at Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University will also package lectures and present them from Biafran and African perspectives. That is how it concerns you and me. And therefore, we admonish you, we beg you to join and subscribe into our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other social media platforms. And also invite all your friends, your family members, your children to this important lecture. Like, comment, and share to everybody. The title of today's lecture is to let you know that the land you see is one of the most important creations and should be protected or taken. The land which you see, this land that we have, is one of the most important creations and should be protected or taken. According to Wikipedia, as early as 1990s, 13% of the earth was considered arable. 26% in pasture, 32% forest and woodland, and 1.5% urban. As of 2015, the total arable land decreased to 10.7%. And when you say 1.5% is urban, it includes the residential, where we build houses, where we build institutions, that is where we build things, both businesses, industries, and other things. Farmlands, the forest we keep, the place we graze animals, those things we see on the surface of the earth. Remember also, under the ground, under the land we walk on, we transport on, we have several mineral deposits which are extracted, and some of them includes uranium, aluminum, antimony, barium, bauxite, cobalt, copper, gold, lithium, iron ore, lead, potash, rare earth elements, titanium, zinc, vanadium, and so on and so forth. In fact, you have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of minerals deposited underground. And you should know, many of the countries we call rich nations today, they control all their resources, both the ones on the surface and the one in the ground. And then some of those countries that we call rich countries, United States, Russia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, to mention a few. We want you to know at Nkola Mahadum that the land is the cause of colonization, because the Europeans already know the value of the land. And that is why during their age of discovery, during the age of discovery of the Catholic Church, which mandated Europeans to go and take other lands, to seize other lands of those who doesn't know, who doesn't worship Christianity in the 15th century. That led to colonization, where they shared the land of Africa to themselves. And land also led to all the many wars we have had in this world is because of land. The scramble for Africa is because of the land, because they already know that the land is one of the most important things that we need, that humans need to survive. The scramble of Africa, where Europeans came and be fighting against the indigenous Africans and finally subdued them and took their lands, is because of the land. The First and Second World War was fought because of the land. The Biafran and Nigerian Civil War was fought because of the land. And you know, in that war, the Biafran lost that war, and that's why we are not in control of our resources today. The Ukrainian war you see today going on is because of the land. Because Russia was trying to protect the land of the Eastern Donetsk people that speak Russian language, that have the same culture with the Russian people. And as a result of this war, Russia have gained more lands. The Israeli-Gaza Palestinian conflict ongoing now is because of the land. You had Donald Trump talking the other day that the Gaza people will be reallocated so that they can develop the Gaza Strip. So the takeaway from today's lecture is to let you know that the land is the most important, one of the most important creations, and you should protect it. And the question arises to you: if you are an Igbo man, if you are a Biafran or an African, are you protecting your land from your location? Are you protecting your homeland from your location? If you live outside Igbo land, if you live outside African land, are you protecting your land from your location? Because if you don't, your land will be taken. Because the land is one of the most important creations. That's one thing Nkola Mahadum wants you to know today. And before we continue, we will beg you again to please invite your friend, invite your family members to join this live lecture and to join and subscribe into our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and other social media platforms. More importantly, also, please like, comment, and share our lectures. Go back to our previous lectures, because all the lectures we have delivered is for your benefit, for the benefit of you and me, for the benefit of African people, for the benefit of our survivor. And therefore, because we have maintained that we shall always organize our lectures to be short and straight to the point. And so We are letting you know today that the land you see, the land we walk on, the land we transport from one place to the other, the land we build houses on, the land we farm, has so many other things, so many deposits in the land. And that is the cause of majority of the wars we are having in this world. And we have said that according to Wikipedia, as early as 1990s, 13% of the earth was considered arable, 26% in pasture, 32% forest and woodland, and 1.5% urban. But as of 2015, total arable land has now decreased to 10.7%. And when they say urban, when 1.5% is urban, it includes the residential houses we live in and other things we build in the land, including industries, businesses, institutions, and others. And we're also letting you know that many thousands of deposits, mineral deposits underground, that is helpful to man, that man uses to produce so many things in this world. Some of those mineral deposits includes uranium, aluminum, antimony, barium, bauxite, cobalt, copper, gold, lithium, iron ore, lead, potash, rare earth elements, titanium, zinc, vanadium. There's one they also call californium, and so many others. And that is why you see all the wars going on in this world. And many of these rich nations, all of them control their resources. They control their land. They control their land, and therefore the resources in that land. And worse still, they live their own, they keep their own, and then go into other people's land. That is, land was the cause of colonization. When the Europeans started to move from their land, that's how they moved from West Europe to the place we call America today, the land of the Indian people, the one they call American Indians, and take away and fight them, defeated them, and took away their land. The same thing they did in Canada, the same thing they did in Australia, the same thing they did in New Zealand, the same thing they did in Africa, even Middle East, everywhere. Because everything is about the land. That's what we want you to know. Many wars have been fought. The scramble for Africa is actually a war where they came from Europe and was killing the people of Africa and subdued them. And finally, that is called the scramble for Africa, where they came killing our people and finally subdued them and shared the lands of Africa to themselves, and have maintained those boundaries up to today. The First and Second World Wars are all about land. The Biafran-Nigerian War is all about land. The Biafran lost that war, and that's why our land is under the control of Nigeria. The Ukraine war you see going on is about land, and Russia has gained more land since the war started. The Israeli, Gaza, Palestinian war is all about land, and Israel is gaining more land as the war is about to end. They have gained more land. Even they have extended, Israel have even extended their land occupation to the Golan Heights in Syria. And the question we have for you, as an Igbo man, as a Biafran, as an African, is, Are you protecting your land from your location? Because we know that many Igbo people, many Biafrans, many Africans live outside our land. And if you are not protecting your land, it will be taken. That's the message we want to present to you today, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University, where we package lectures from Biafran and African perspectives. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. We always want to keep it short so that you can listen to our lectures and take action. Understand that you must protect your land. Your land is very, very, very important. If you lose your land, you lose everything. And especially for the Biafran people, for the Igbo people, if we don't have a land we call our own, a boundary where we can be making decisions for our people, it is not going to mean well for our race. And like we have said, all Africans should stand up to dismantle all the colonial boundaries in Africa. That is the cause of all the wars. The wars you see going on in the Congo is because of that. The wars going on everywhere. All the katakata everywhere in Africa is because of that. Because either people that are not supposed to be together are put it together, or families are separated away. So those colonial boundaries have to be dismantled for peace and prosperity to reign in Africa. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining us today, and have a very, very good day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.